Hello and welcome to Indian Express Opinion. The top story that we're discussing today is the meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping in Xiamen in China on the margins of the BRICS meeting. The Prime Minister met the Chinese President today for about half an hour. This meeting took place in the wake of the standoff between India and China in Doklam, which is on the Bhutan-India-China tri-junction. But to talk about this and other issues, I have with me Shubhajit Roy on the other end of the line from Xiamen. Shubhajit, tell us, how did the meeting go?
Well, the meeting, which was scheduled for about 30 minutes, went beyond that allocated time, and it went on for about an hour. First half of the meeting, as we understand, as we were told, the two leaders discussed BRICS related issues, which was quite natural. And then they moved on to bilateral issues, in which they discussed how to move forward, how to look forward, and how to kind of get over the crisis that had enveloped the bilateral relations the last 2.5 months over the border standoff at Bhutan.
Shubhajit, the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Jaishankar, has said in his briefing that India and China have agreed not to let difficulties come in the way of building the relationship. So tell me, in this context, was the Doklam standoff, which lasted 70 days on the Bhutan-India-China tri-junction, was that discussed?
Yeah, Jyoti, Doklam, as we understand, was very much discussed. Although the Foreign Secretary did not say specifically, mention the incident, but he gave enough indication that Doklam was indeed discussed, and the two sides agreed, the two leaders discussed that how there was Astana consensus in which differences should not become disputes. So in that context, they kind of had an understanding that there should be proper communication and coordination between the defense personnel so that such incidents do not recur in future.
Shubhajit, tell me, how do India and China, how do the two leaders plan to take the relationship forward? What are the moves? What are the ideas? What strategies or plans did they discuss in their meeting today?
Definitely going to be a difficult task to move beyond Doklam so easily, so quickly. But I think what the Foreign Secretary indicated, that the two sides, their militaries, their political consultation should happen quite regularly, so that the chances of miscommunication or any such future standoff can be eliminated. In that sense, there are a lot of ideas on the table, and we'll have to see which of the ideas get implemented in future. There is a possibility that defense, a dialogue or defense mechanism at the border level or at the field commander level could be instituted. But it's still early to say. There are a lot of proposals, but the main idea about this particular meeting was that they should again put the relationship back on track.
Now, Shubhajit, we saw from the BRIC statement yesterday that for the first time, terror groups inside Pakistan were named and all countries were exhorted to abjure violence. Now, this is interesting because Pakistan has responded to this and said that there are no terror safe havens in Pakistan. What does this mean?
Jyoti, the BRICS as a grouping has for the first time named Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, the two Pakistan-based terror groups, which India has been, asking to be named in a BRICS declaration. Last time in Goa, an effort was made. However, it was scuttled by China at the BRICS summit in Goa. But this time, it seems that there has been an evolution of position from China. But we have to remember that this does not automatically mean that China will not block the Indian initiative and initiative by the American, French and the British to list Maulana Masood Azhar as a global terrorist at the UN Security Council. I should also point out that this is not the first time China has signed off on such a statement. It was at the Heart of Asia conference in Amritsar last year, in December last year, just 2 months after the last Goa summit, when a similar naming of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed had taken place, in which both China and Pakistan, along with several other countries, including Afghanistan, US, and several other countries, were part of the grouping, and they had signed off on that statement. So it's an evolution in terms of, if we look at from BRICS to BRICS, but it is not the first time that China has signed off on such a thing.
We will be watching the India-China relationship over the next few weeks and months, especially in the wake of the standoff at Doklam. The entire South Asian region, in fact, the world, has been watching how Asia's two largest powers, India and China, confronted each other at the Doklam Tri-Junction. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching.